You guys know, no shouting, no screaming. Have a nice civilized discussion. We're showing our brother Mohammed and Jonathan will be doing that. The floor is yours. You're talking about the attributes of Allah. I'll leave it to you guys. So enjoy it. Yeah. If anyone shouts, you get 1 point or yellow card, and then red card, you're off.
Okay. Okay. So just continue from what you were saying, right? Because you were speaking when we were cut off. Yeah. When you say the attributes of Allah are ridiculous or etc., the ones I gave you, like which is power, intelligence, life, independence, right? Now you tell me what you mean by these attributes are rubbish, ridiculous, and what you said.
So when you have very, very wide generalized attributes that have no form at all, they're meaningless, they don't mean anything. So the way that human beings understand otherness is through attributes that define who they are. So for example, if I'm supposed to meet you in the park, I know your name is Mohammed, you're wearing a black hat, you've got brown eyes, you've got a beard, you're handsome, whatever it may be, yeah? And those are your attributes. You're kind, you know, if I suppose I wanted you to marry my sister, you have some attributes. You're kind, you're generous, you're thoughtful. Those are attributes that I can see in front of me in your behavior, right? When you say, but God doesn't, God by definition, the claim about Allah is that Allah is the mindfulness behind all the universe. So in other words, there's all these people here, all the cells in their bodies are reproducing and dying, and all their synapses are happening in their brains, and Allah is in control of everything. Yes, that's something that's completely incomprehensible to us. It doesn't matter how many attributes you tell me.
Can you explain what you mean by in control?
Well, it's all part of a plan. It's all organized. It's not random.
In what sense?
Well, my understanding about your belief and belief of many others is that Allah is, you said, is in control and independent.
I didn't say that. In control, I didn't say. I said independent.
Has control. You said one of the attributes is control.
I said a power. I didn't say control.
Okay. So
my words are very careful. Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, there isn't randomness happening here.
There's
a plan going on. There's stuff happening which are, for example, I was born. I was born for some kind of purpose which Allah had in mind, okay? And then I'm given certain tests of choices to make, which are all like tests that are planned like an examiner in his school board. Yes, they're given to me by Allah. And this is just me, one of billions of people who have ever existed. Yes, and that's just human beings. There's the universe. We're just a little tiny planet. There's other planets and other worlds.
So there is 3 points I want to make, yeah? 3 points. First point is this. The assumption that Allah's attributes is like our attributes. We believe as Muslims that Allah's attributes are perfect. They're not deficient in comparison to human beings' attributes. So when you say I have compassion, I have love, it's not perfect love, it's not perfect compassion. If I do justice to something, it's not perfect justice, right? All our attributes are humans are deficient. The Creator's attributes are not like the creation's attributes. That's what we believe as Muslims, yeah? So the Quran says, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There's nothing like unto him, right? And he's the all-hearing, all-seeing. So he hears, he sees, but his hearing and his sight is not like mine. Just 3 points I want to make quickly. I will make them quickly, yeah? That's the first point I wanted to make. Now I lost the other points I wanted to make.
Sorry.
Now the second point I wanted to make as well. Yeah. You having attributes like, for example, knowledge and power and independence, etc., is definitely more perfection than an entity that doesn't have them. So you is definitely has more value and better than a rock. Rock doesn't have the attributes or the capacities that you have. The more attributes that you have, especially if it was power, if it was intelligence, the more you have from these attributes, the better and higher you are and more perfect you are than other beings. Especially if these attributes, right, are perfect. Like for example, our eyesight, I cannot see behind an object. If there's an object blocking, I cannot see. Like behind you, I cannot see. But Allah sees everything. There is nothing can block Allah's sight, right? Allah sees everything, everywhere. There is light, there is no light. Allah sees. So Allah's eyesight and attributes is not like our attributes. Now coming back again to the same point, we say we don't understand the howness of Allah's attributes, which means how they operate. Because Allah is, as you said, is above our understanding as humans. But we understand His attributes, what they mean. What power means, what intelligence means, etc. And we deduct them, as I said to you, from the universe around us. When we look at the universe surrounding us, we come to the conclusion that it's a necessity. It's not a maybe yes or no thing.
But I find the universe full of beauty, but also cruelty, full of love, but also hatred.
No problem. Can deal with that.
And I find the construct of Islam in particular, but also other religions, but Islam in particular, the idea of revelation to an Arab in the 7th century, Middle East, the idea of the revelation and looking at the revelation itself.
Two separate points?
No,
one is about the evil, one is about the prophet.
No, but I'm saying the whole thing together. Allah as these manifestations of attributes or belonging of attributes, and then the connection between Allah and human beings through religion, through faith, through text.
We come to that. Yeah.
I find the whole story. Someone asked me why I become a Muslim. I find the whole story like somewhere between ridiculous and incomprehensible and revolting.
Sure. Now, again, coming back to what I was saying to you over there, subjective demeaning terms does not belittle the truthfulness of an idea. Me calling something hideous, bad, is all. If you just allow me to finish what I'm saying, I want to say something. Yeah. Does not demean the validity of an argument. If you have something against
Islam,
Islam,
I don't like something doesn't mean it isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So what I'm saying, if someone wants to bring something against Islam, it cannot be something subjectively emotional. It has to be an argument that we both agree upon or disagree upon.
Okay, but
just can you allow me just to finish what I'm saying?
On that.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
One of the most important attributes for me of any deity, Allah of course, is justice.
Okay,
decency, kindness, justice, benevolence.
Okay, good.
Because if Allah is not benevolent, right, Allah is a nasty God, then jump in a lake.
Again, trying again, it's not going to work.
Yeah?
No, maybe with some people they get offended.
No.
But
I'm
I
not
would.
trying to offend anybody. I'm saying
but it's an offense. It's an offense. I'll tell you why.
If Allah is malevolent, right, is bad, I'm not interested.
So can I make a point?
If Allah is benevolent, is a good God, which means there's justice and fairness in the world, then I look at the world and I say, okay, is this a world that appears to be run by benevolence? And my answer is no.
Okay, can I answer that point? But first I want to establish a principle. If you're willing to respect the principle, we can move forward, right? In Islam, we believe as Muslims, if someone is demeaning or mocking the religion that we believe in, right? We do not stay with them, right?
Okay.
Because me talking with you is a form of me being okay with what you're saying, right?
Okay.
The least I could do is walk away from you.
Okay.
Therefore, if we want to have a civilized, nice discussion, I know your ideas about Islam, but if you want to have a discussion with me, try not to belittle the creator of Islam or the prophets of Islam. Because let me just explain what I mean, yeah? That's my belief. If you respect me as an individual, that's my belief, which means I want to have a nice discussion with you, like we're having a nice discussion.
Okay.
But
how do you define, how do you define, where's this line here? Because, if I'll give
can I say I can give you the line?
Yeah.
The line is you can describe the idea of something, but you cannot use subjective insulting terms, like saying Allah is. You can say. Let me explain.
Yeah.
If I don't. Allah is just. I can say I don't believe that Allah I don't believe Allah is just. Okay. Rather than saying I believe Allah is X. Do you get the point? It's an easier way of saying the same thing. So I'm saying being considered.
Okay, so you're just saying make it subjective.
Yeah.
That's all you're saying.
I'm saying.
So I'll give you an example. Let me just before I don't want
Without
to offend
insulting.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
If I say to you, I've read, which is true, I've read the Quran and I was repulsed by the reading of it personally.
That's fine. That's you.
That's not offensive.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's you. Yeah.
Fine.
I'm just saying. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's
Okay.
beautiful. I think.
Fine.
There's no problem with that. But just calling the creator, then it becomes a subjective term. And the problem is with me is that my scripture, which I believe in, commands me to do a certain thing when that happens.
Right.
And I have to follow it. You get the point?
It's like you not eating pig. You're not allowed to do it.
Exactly.
I got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Let's come back now to the justice thing. Yeah. I want to make a point about it, if you allow me. Yeah. Okay. Evil that you see, you think is evil, does not necessitate the thing being evil. Meaning, I can see someone going to hospital, cutting someone, amputating someone's arm, and I think it is hideous, horrible people. But the reality is they're saving this guy's life. Yeah. So not necessarily that what we perceive as humans to be evil is in reality evil. So we believe as Muslims. When we say Allah is the all-wise, which is one of His attributes, He's not just, He's also merciful and He's wise and He has attributes, right? We view Allah holistically, right? We don't just take one attribute. So Allah is wise. His wisdom is infinite. My wisdom is limited. Therefore, I can see something, assume that something is bad, when in reality that something is not bad, because Allah knows, step by step. Because Allah knows, because I just want to give you the answer that will satisfy you and you can come back intellectually, yeah? It can be something which is good, but I did not just see why it's good. Second thing is, I said to you, this life is a test. Right, for human beings. You know our paradigm on that. If this life is a test, you have to be given the choice to do evil. It's a necessity. How can it be a test if I'm not able to do evil or good? Therefore, Allah has to allow evil within the world. In order for me to recognize good I have to also see evil, the opposite of it, to understand it, to appreciate it, appreciate the good. I have to see the evil. Therefore, there is a balance. There is a huge balance that takes place, and we don't believe any of Allah's actions are unjust. Allah says He does not do injustice the weight of an atom, right? That's what we believe as Muslims. Come back, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
Thank you for listening, by the way.
No worries. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the topic.
By the way, you know I have to leave. You know,
You're going like
this is
-5 minutes.
Look, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's just finish on this.
Yeah, let's finish with this. Yeah. Another day we can have a discussion.
Yeah, I'm
Another
happy
day.
to have a, okay, so
Yeah.
let's suppose I come to you and your arm's full of gangrene. I say, look, I'm really sorry, Jonathan.
Where's gangrene? Because I don't know.
Gangrene is a disease of the arm, which means you have to cut it off to
Okay.
save the
Okay.
rest of the body.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So I come and I say, I'm sorry, cancer, whatever. I've got to cut this off so that you can have the other arm and the rest of your body, otherwise you're going to die.
So you can live. Yeah.
So I say, well, I'm sorry to lose my arm, but go ahead and do it.
Yes.
And even if that happens whilst I'm sleeping, like I'm going into a car accident, I wake up and they've cut off my arm. The doctor explains to me why they did it. Fine.
Yes.
But that's not what happens in life.
Okay.
Yeah. God doesn't tell us all this stuff. The vast majority of people in the world don't believe in Islam. They don't know about the testing. They have enormous
said you read the Quran.
grief. Yes. They have enormous grief. And pain,
Yes.
yeah, and then they die.
It's not Quran,
yes,
yeah. Okay.
and no one's told them.
Okay.
So it's just in this world, leaving aside the afterlife.
Yes.
In this world,
I understand.
people's experience of the earth in this world is an experience.
But that's
of
not true.
injustice.
But that's not true. Allah told us why.
No, but Allah
You
said
said
only if you believe
step
in
by step.
Allah.
No. Step by step now. Look, you made a claim. You said that Allah created us and these things exist, but Allah did
I
not.
don't believe that. I'm saying.
Yeah, no. I'm saying what we believe. Yeah. If you're saying what I might believe, you have to take my whole paradigm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So
Fair
you
enough.
cannot. Okay. So you cannot say Allah didn't tell us what He told us, right? Quran has multiple. These reasons I'm giving you are Quranic reasons. Allah says. I'll give you a few examples. Allah tests those who believe more than those who have weaker faith. If you have more faith, you have a higher test. Why? It's proof for your faith. Anyone can claim and say, I'm a believer. You can say, I'm a believer. I can say, oh, you're my best friend, and I will do anything for you. When a situation takes place, that will prove whether you're really my best friend or not. Then when you need something, I don't answer your calls. I never text you back. Step by step, Allah will just step by step. So the actions, they prove what's really within the heart of someone. Now Allah knows what's in the heart of the people. Allah is making evident in society who's really believer, as He's saying, and who's not. So you can know the truth about these people. Step by step. I really want to say something. Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah. So Allah have told us. This is one example. Another example, I said Allah told us this is a test. Therefore, you will have difficulty in this life. Allah told us that the people will do evil because it's a test. It's a part of the test, right? These things I'm telling you, Allah told us, gave us stories. I'll give you an example. Moses and a person called Al-Khidr, yeah? They met and they went on a ship. People allowed them to get on the ship for free. Chapter 18 of the Quran, yeah? What happened is, the friend of Moses, he started making a hole in the ship. So Moses said, these people, they did good to us by allowing us to get on the ship for free. And you're making a hole in the ship. You're doing something evil, right? How did he later on respond to him? He said to him that there was a king, that this ship is going to pass by. He takes every perfect ship for himself. If he found a problem with the ship, he will let the people go with the ship. So he was doing that another person perceived it to be evil, but in reality it wasn't evil. So Allah is teaching us. I can see something. I can think it's evil.
Do you think the Holocaust was evil?
Now we're going somewhere else.
No,
We're going something else.
I
think killing anyone. I'll answer.
Being oppressed is evil. Yes.
100%. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, but don't worry,
100%.
because they're all going to be shaheed and they're going to live after the afterlife. And the Jews who died in concentration camps, they're all martyrs. It doesn't make any sense.
Can I answer that? Okay. Oppression in all ways, shape, or forms. Islam tells us there is a. By the way, we end with this point because I had to have to go. I apologize for it. Yeah. Another day.
Another time.
Yeah, another day. But let me just finish with. When it comes to oppression in lands and things like that, Allah commands us to support those in oppression. The problem is Muslims are not supporting people who are in oppression. But Islam commands us, if someone is in oppression, to support that person in oppression. Islam doesn't say stay under Islam doesn't say stay under an oppressive nation like the Zionist terrorists. It doesn't say do that. It says that you should protect yourself. You should be army as Muslims. Someone oppresses you, you should defend yourself.
Hang on.
Step by step.
The Jews came out of Europe, right?
We go to another discussion now about Zionism and all of that. It's not what I want to discuss now.
They destroyed. They get to Haifa, and they
Can I answer that?
by Muslims.
Okay. How
They were
in
a
19
little tiny little country.
in 19 you clearly are not you're not clearly representing history correctly. I'll tell you why. 1917. How many Jews were in Palestine?
No, but the Jews have been
What is the percent? Answer my question, please. Yeah.
300,000, 500,000.
Okay. If there was less than 3% of the population of the Palestinian of the Jews in Palestine, yeah, and all of a sudden a guy decides, Herzl, the journalist, and he decides to say, you know what? Today, all of you come from Europe and go to Palestine. Kick the people out of their houses, take over it, and allow the British people, because they have a power to establish a state forcibly for you, give you the bigger part of the land, and kill and enslave and prosecute. Don't allow them to have food. Come on, man. Look, I don't know which history you're representing. Come on, be honest. Be honest, because if you go to Palestine, I don't have the roots there.
I have the same history as you, except to say that the reason I was triggered to say that was that according to my understanding of Jewish history, right, it's just filled with oppression.
Yeah, it
also
is.
oppression by Muslims as well.
No.
Yeah, Jews were dhimmi, yes, which is a form of oppression. In my opinion.
Do you know what dhimmi is?
Yeah, it's like
I'll end with that.
They have to pay a jizz.
I'll end with that, proving that you don't know what you're saying. Okay. But let me say this, yeah? You claimed you read the Quran. I don't believe you really read the Quran. Can I mean what I don't believe you read the Quran? Yeah. You've not reflected on what you read. Because if you have, you would know these points I made. Why there is
I don't remember everything in it.
Step by step, but you will see it's not one point, it's many points. It's throughout the Quran that there will be hardship in life. Throughout the Quran. Quran never gives us the assumption that we will live a happy, easy life.
I didn't say it did. I don't think.
Can you come back to dhimmi? Because I want to end with that. We end with that. You said that dhimmi is someone who pays the jizya. No, that's not necessary. That's not just it. What is the rights of Ahl al-Dhimma? The word dhimma, do you know what it means? It means they have the protection. Dhimmatullah. Wait.
I don't want your protection.
Yeah, allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Yeah. Allow me to finish, please. Please allow me to finish. Yeah. To explain the whole thing quickly, because I need to go. Dhimma means that they have the protection of Allah and His Messenger. Meaning what? We have a Muslim state. Ruled by Muslims is a country that is ruled by them. A person who's a non-Muslim wants to live in that country. Muslims say just simply, if you want to live in that country, you have to pay tax. The tax you're going to pay is less than the tax that Muslims are going to pay. And in return, what you get, you don't have to fight. You don't have to go to the army and fight. Muslim will fight and defend you. You have your rights. You can practice. You have your rights. You can practice your religion. You can apply your own laws. Dhimma is injustice towards Muslims. Being a dhimmi, because you haven't read it.
No,
you know Muslims?
I haven't read it. It's because I wouldn't want to live in that society. I can tell you something.
You don't have to live.
If I were a Jew in Iraq 100 years ago,
you don't have
200
to.
years ago, no, I can leave. Thank you. I've lived there for 100 years. I don't like to have to leave.
Now you're
this country.
Okay,
in this country, it doesn't matter what my religion is.
Sure.
We're all secular. Sure. If you want to keep religion, you do it.
You're not all secular,
no, I'm saying,
of course.
The country, the secular country.
Not necessarily as well.
Yes,
no.
and if you want to keep your religion,
the Boris was just quoting the Bible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Not, we're in charge, and you guys. It's like it's condescending.
Can I answer that? Okay, we never said we're in charge. Did I ever come into you? No. I said that's in a Muslim state. I started with that. I didn't say that's in a Muslim state. If it wasn't a Muslim state, we would come to you and say, give me your jizya. No, jizya is only applied under Islamic state, where there is a leader of an Islamic state, and these people are living under that Islamic state. They're choosing to live, they're choosing to trade, get certain privileges, like as I said, not fighting in the war. And the people who pay the jizya, by the way, they're not the old men, they're not the monks and priests, they're not women, they're not young children. Only people who pay it are the people who are working, adult men who work. So it's even better than the tax you have in the UK, that everyone has to pay. So the point, step by step.
It's not about the tax. It's not about the tax. It's about the status in society. Right?
Status, okay, let me answer that.
What I'm saying is, yes, there are exceptions. What I'm saying is,
it's 10 minutes and it's not 10 minutes.
You gotta go.
Next time. Just let me finish this point. You were saying something.
You keep on saying, let me finish. Don't finish.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind.
Sure,
but like, you gotta go. So just go.
I'll finish this point.
You've got people waiting for you.
The status, Prophet ﷺ said, let me finish with that, end with that, end with these things, and then we can meet another day.
Okay.
And it was a nice discussion. I hope I didn't offend you in any way. It was not intention.
I don't have a religious objection to you. You can say anything you like about me.
People get offended even
I don't have the same as you do.
Yeah, sure. So the Prophet ﷺ said in his last ceremony, right? There's the difference between a black and a white, an Arab and an Arab. Difference is only piety. Prophet Muhammad is a messenger sent, according to the Quran, chapter 7, verse 159, is sent to everyone. See, O mankind, I'm a prophet of Allah to all of you. 80% of Muslims are not Arabs. Islam is a religion that treats with everyone the way equally they should be treated. It gives the message to everyone, and it's your choice to accept or your choice to reject. The Prophet lived. There was Jews. No, let's not. Let me in with that. You can have a discussion another time on that. Yeah.
I want to look. We're going to have to end this at some point.
Okay.
So
you will end it now, but you want to end it.
I want you to take away this for discussion next time.
Sure.
We have a hook.
Hopefully,
right?
yeah.
According to my understanding,
yes.
Okay, Hindus. There are 1 billion Hindus, and 1.2 billion Hindus in the world, mainly in South Asia.
2 billion Muslims.
Okay. No, the 1.2 billion is a lot of human beings, right? Or as far as I understand, non-believers. They're considered to be non-believers by Islam, right?
Do you know what non-believers means?
Yeah. It means I don't know what it means.
Okay, but
well, let's discuss it. Let's get to the next slide. I went to the
I'll just tell you this. It's not a negative term.
I went to the mosque in Regent's Park and I asked him about non-believers, and he told me that the Hindus, for example, are an example of non-believers.
Yes.
Right?
Let me explain.
And the Quran says some very nasty things about non-believers.
No,
and
it doesn't. You have to provide your claims and evidences for that.
I'll print it out.
Yeah, please, next time. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Pleasure talking to you. Nice talking to you. Thank you. Yeah. Ali. He's having a discussion. I need to go, man. Like, yeah. Yalla, I'm going.